Please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. I felt the glass tremble in my hand the moment I saw my husband leaning over it, his fingers making a quick, subtle motion that struck me like a slap. My pulse hammered against my ribs. The room around us filled with laughter, clinking ice, perfume, and music, but all I heard was the icy echo of my own breath catching in my throat. He thought I did not see him. He thought I would drink it. He thought I would stay blind. I had learned, over the last quiet months, to watch him with the precision of someone tracking a storm. Tonight, the storm cracked open. When he turned his back to grab a bottle of wine, I slid my glass behind a vase of wilted roses and swapped it with his untouched one. The motion was small, invisible to the crowded room, but my heart thundered like I had just pulled the trigger on something irreversible. I joined him again, smiling too brightly, pretending my insides were not spiraling. He lifted the glass I had swapped and took a generous sip. My stomach twisted. I did not know what he had added. I did not know if it was harmless or horrifying. I only knew he meant to use it on me. His arm circled my waist with a forced affection that used to feel warm but now felt staged, almost scripted. I leaned into him with equal performance, breathing in the familiar scent of cedar and cologne that once made me feel safe. Safe. What a fragile, foolish word. As the minutes passed, subtle unease crept over his features. A bead of sweat. A swallow too hard. A glance too quick. His smile faltered. His pupils shifted strangely. And then the facade cracked. "Are you all right?" I asked softly, my voice steady even as my mind raced. He blinked, confused. What was in that drink? My blood ran cold. Hearing the question from his own mouth was like watching a truth unfold that I had been too afraid to name. I stepped closer, lowering my voice. "Why were you putting something in mine?" For a moment, guilt flashed across his eyes, sharp and unmistakable. He opened his mouth, then closed it again, chest rising with shallow breaths. He tried to guide me away from people, but I stayed rooted, refusing to become another shadow in a corner. "Tell me," I whispered. "Right here." He glanced around, trapped between panic and pride. His jaw clenched. "It was just something to calm you down." Why would I need calming down? Silence. A silence weighted with every late-night lie, every evasive answer, every sudden change of plans, every scent on his shirts that did not belong to me. And then it slipped out like a crack in a dam. "Because she was coming tonight." My chest hollowed. "She?" I repeated. He closed his eyes, shame twisting his features. "I did not want you making a scene. I did not want you finding out like that." The room suddenly felt far away, like we were standing alone in a vacuum of betrayal. My heart broke open with slow, searing clarity as the truth bled through. He had planned to introduce his mistress. He had planned for me to be too subdued to react. He had planned my silence. But he had swallowed his own plan instead. As he grew dizzy, sinking into a nearby chair, people began to notice. Whispers spread. Faces turned. I stood there, icy and steady, watching everything unravel. His eyes locked onto mine with a flicker of fear and regret. "I did not mean for it to go this way." I nodded, tears burning but refusing to fall. Neither did I. Later, after the chaos, after he was helped away, after the whispers grew into rumors, I stepped outside into the cold night air. I felt something inside me settle. Not triumph. Not revenge. Just closure. I walked to my car with steady footsteps, knowing exactly what I would do next, and knowing I would never again ignore the storm inside my home.